Always, this podcast does not contain any financial advice either from the podcast owners or its guests. We are, however, smooth-brained apes who just love the stock.
Oh, hello. I wasn't expecting you.
Oh dear, sorry about that.
I can't not do it now. We'll say this.
I know. Do you know what? I actually cut to you first. Actually, it wouldn't be the Great Escape without me messing up something technical. So I skipped to you. I was like, oh,
issues are our issues.
I've got to play a disclaimer. Play the disclaimer, quick, play the disclaimer. So there you go. Hello. You all right?
It's not financial advice. I am all right. How are you?
I am recovering from COVID.
Yay!
I've had COVID all week. So yeah.
I was cheering that you were recovering from it, not because you've had it. Of course, I'm not cheering for COVID.
No, well, so I've been rough as a dog's ass. I'll be honest.
Good lad. Yeah, fair enough. Is it hit you this time?
Sorry?
Has it buggered you up this time?
Yeah, I was ill. Yeah, I was properly ill. I was like proper flu-like symptoms. Hello, PQ7. Hello, welcome to this week's cast. Yeah, I was properly ill. Yeah, properly ill.
Lucky.
I know.
Well, I haven't been ill, but I've been freaking melting. Gosh, it was hot this week.
It was very hot this week.
It was awful. And now it's raining, so back to normal English weather. But the irony that follows me around is untrue. Okay, so on the hottest day on record for all of England forever, I was having a boiler fitted. And I came home from work and the boiler man was testing all the radiators in the house. So not only was it 37 or something degrees outside, which is 100 Fahrenheit for you Yanks, but we had all the radiators turned on in the house as well. I came in and my wife was almost crying. She was like, I can't, it's like a sauna. Inside of a sauna, inside of a volcano. I was like, okay, let's all go and sit in the car and turn the aircon on for a bit because it was just mental hot. But yeah, that's my life. Wait till the hottest day of the year to have my new boiler fitted, spent $2,000 on a boiler, and then had a cold shower.
So if you didn't know, this week has been the hottest, the last 2 days here in the UK have been the last two hottest days ever in the history of the UK, ever, in recorded memory. So on Tuesday, we got to 42 degrees Celsius, which is, you double it, so that's 84 and add 30. So, it's 112 to 115 degrees Fahrenheit. So, and it's just not, it's never like that in the UK. It gets to sort of the 90s at best.
Yeah, that's like the hottest, isn't it?
It's the hottest it generally gets to. That's 30 degrees Celsius, 90 degrees Fahrenheit-ish. It got to 115 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're just not used to it. Those Brits aren't built for that. We're built for miserable weather.
Yeah.
And so it's been a bit of a nightmare for us all. So we've been struggling.
Not many people have aircon as standard, is there? You know, it's like, it's just so sodding hot. Today's the day.
Today's the day.
What's the dude's name? Who posts that on Superstonk every day? It's Farrow or something like that, isn't it? It's like, morning everybody, today is the day.
Hey, it's Rob. So Rob. So if you don't know, Rob's a fireman. Rob's a friend of ours, and here's Rob. And
he'll be telling everybody not to use open flames in wooded areas because it's very dry at the moment.
Well, it rained here today. I don't know about you guys, but it rained this morning, so it's dampened all that Tinder. That Tinder's gone. So
Rob's on Tinder. What?
Rob is always on Rob.
Yeah,
Rob's Rob.
He's more of a grinder guy, isn't he?
Anyway, right. Welcome to
EscAPE, where two dudes do your DD.
Correct. And what are you drinking?
Whiskey. Is it anything else?
I'm on West Indies Porter because this stuff is awesome. In fact, this is your West Indies Porter when you came to my house a few weeks ago.
Oh, did I leave it there?
You did. There's 2 bottles.
Well, enjoy.
I'll save you one, but I'm not going to. That'd be a fat lie.
To be more specific on the whiskey, I am drinking, and can you see that? Woodford Reserve malt, the beautiful Bucca's beautiful booze. Beautiful booze, beautiful booze. Very kindly brought me.
Did I mishear that? Beautiful what?
Beautiful booze. Beautiful booze.
Right. Okay. I thought I heard something else in there. That's fine.
Beautiful booze.
Right. If you want to join us, you can. We are opening up the ability to join us.
Yeah. Jump on the URL.
I thought you said this as well.
I didn't say boobs.
Rob,
I said boobs.
I thought you said boobs.
Well, okay then. She's giving me some beautiful booze, and she's got beautiful boobs too.
Right. Let's not go there.
I don't know that, but, there we go. Just to please you boys. There you
go. Booker's right down. Booker's boobs. Right, Booker's boobs down. That's a good title for later. So right. If you want to join us, you can do. Anytime. We're just gonna get on with the show. We're gonna start with 5 and 5 in a second. We're gonna talk about. Well, we'll give everyone a choice to chat what we want to talk about.
Yeah. Jump in. You don't like today. We've not got that much preparation, so jump in on the URL and you can chat to us about anything. It is Stocksplit Day.
Absolutely.
GME Stocksplit Day. So there's big things going on. Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow? You just don't know.
Just don't know.
Don't know when it's all going to settle. And then Monday is going to be a very interesting day. Very interesting.
Very interesting.
Very interesting. But yeah, it's exciting time. We're live now.
Yeah. Come and join us. Boom.
I actually sent Rob a drunken video from a wedding I was at a couple of weeks ago with another fireman mate, and I managed to do it without any sound. So I put it like no sound. I was drunk. Come on. You want sound as well as visuals, Rob?
Right. Let's go. Let's go straight into 5 and 5. Let's kick this off.
Do it.
I'm dropping it right.
It's time for 5 and 5. Yes, it's time for 5 and 5.
I do love
hot.
I do like Asperino in the background, giving it the whole on the old violin with
drop it like a dirty sock.
Oh, what?
There you go. I just took my socks off because it's still warm. I find that having naked feet is a good, temperature gauge.
I hate socks.
As an item of clothing, or
I don't like socks.
Very being.
Yeah, I don't like them at all. Never have done, never will do. Unfortunately, sometimes they're just necessary. But generally, I find them like little prisons for your feet.
No, I
do. I'm a bit weird. I'm a bit weird like that.
Prisons,
little cotton prisons for your feet. Yeah.
Well, I am an avid wearer of socks, and I do enjoy a nice sock every now and again.
Oof.
Yes. So that's socks covered. Where should we go from now, Carl? Was that one of the 5 and 5?
Yeah, that's it. We're done. We're done. 5 toes. That was it. Done. Boom.
That'd be 5 in 1, wouldn't it? Because you 1 sock to 5 toes.
Oh, that's the quickest 5 and 5 we've ever done. Yeah. It's time for 5 and 5. Right, now what we're going to start.
Socks are always about 12 inches. Can get 1 foot in it.
Steve's on as well.
You missed you. That was a great joke. Top that joke.
I can't believe it. We're meant to be a Stonks podcast, and you're bringing down the tone.
But I am raising it up.
Well, to be honest with you, we're about to kick off another podcast this weekend, which is all about lowering the tone. Basically, it's called Whisky Pies and Lies, and this gentleman on the screen, Steve, he'll be on there. Hopefully, this gentleman here will also be on here as well, and the my abled sidekick.
My sidekick. I think I'm co-host. You nonce.
I'm a what?
That's more for the other podcast.
That's definitely more for the other podcast. The other podcast is politically incorrect in every way whatsoever. We haven't started it yet, but I'm very, very, very much looking forward to it, because hopefully I'll just have to turn up to it and just contribute in my sick little way.
Yeah,
and that's all I need to do.
I think there might be a few offended earlobes.
I think there will be too.
Yeah.
I think there will be too. Right. 5 in 5. Rob, where would you like to go? We've got AMC debt discount. We've got gold. JP Morgan corruption. We've got
Nancy and a man on the scam.
Do a little bit of Pixies.
Yeah, that was Nancy Man then.
Here comes Nancy and a man. We've got Blackrock bottom. We've got Dim Jim out on a limb. What would you like? Let me know. Go, Rob.
Write it in the comments, Rob.
Write it in the comments, Rob.
Answer
Where are we going?
Postcard, please.
Where are we going?
You know when they used to have answers on a postcard? Did anyone actually ever send a postcard in?
Yeah, back in the day, because they didn't have things like tweets and stuff, didn't they? Tony right, here we go. Bit of Tony Hadley. Gold, as in gold.
Gold.
Finger, or gold fingered, maybe.
We've had boobs, socks, and fingering tonight already. And we're only 13 minutes in.
Larry agrees. Larry wants to go with JP Morgan as well. Right. Let's start this podcast off and actually do some DD. Right.
Go on.
Ooh.
Yeah, JP Morgan. There was a precious metals trader who has come out and said that his boss has coerced him into telling lies to the compliance officers about the price manipulation.
Coerced?
Coerced, yeah. Basically said, do it. Oh, who's this? Someone trying to come in. Do it or you're fired. I think coercion would probably be.
Do it or you're fired. Get out.
Do it or you're fired, yeah.
Get out.
So, yeah. Crime and lies. That's what we have there.
It is a little bit of crime and lies. So let's just very quickly go into it. So I saw this from Danco at Danco303. And it says what it says on the screen here. A former JP Morgan Chase & Co. precious metals trader said his boss coached him to lying compliance officials about price manipulating orders and later counseled him against pleading guilty as prosecutors were preparing criminal charges against top executives on the trading desk. Oh my God. Christian Truntz, who spent more than a decade at JP Morgan, told the Chicago jury that so-called spoof order has been placed and quickly cancelled for palladium and sparked a 4-month probe by bank officials. So this is actually leading on from a story we had last week. So this was the JP Morgan scandal. So JP Morgan have been fined for doing this already. So they were fined probably a really pitiful amount of pennies on the dollar, right? So they've already paid for this. But then the federal officials decided to use the RICO Act on... what was that?
Steve's put love in the advert on your T-shirt, Sam, because I've still got my work T-shirt on. He's wearing it beside it, Tom Howley.
Cool. This podcast is not sponsored by who? Is it?
Tom Howley, Exquisite Bespoke Kitchens.
But if Tom would like to sponsor it, he's we're all good with that.
Yeah.
We're all good. Yeah, Tom, get involved, Tom. Come on. Anyway, so JP Morgan have already been fined for this, and that's all been settled. But what happened is the officials in the US decided to use the RICO Act. We talked about this last week.
We did.
To take the people that were guilty to federal court to be sentenced, to be proven guilty and then sentenced into incarceration, basically, and they go into prison. So
and then they'll get probed, but this time anally in prison.
Not yeah, exactly. So yeah, so that the ability. So if nothing else, his boss, even if his boss had nothing to do with this, which he clearly did have something to do with this, but
he coached him and coerced him.
Coached him.
That
doesn't mean he did it. That doesn't mean he committed the crime. I mean he coached him into how to basically not look guilty in front of other people, which, by the way, is perverse. Is
perverting the course of
justice. Thank you.
Oh, sorry, justice, of course. Yeah. I hate it when people pervert the course of perversion.
Double perversion. What could possibly go wrong?
Is double perversion not a negative?
So what's a no perversion? That sounds rubbish.
Is it positive? Double perversion is just I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that one. Carry on.
That sounds rubbish. So that was at Danco 303, and there's loads of this. You can just go off and search all this. But
I saw it on Gold Telegraph first. Yeah.
So at Gold Telegraph, former JP Morgan traders are getting exposed for manipulating the gold market for years. Today, JP Morgan has suspended share buybacks as second quarter profits fell 28%. But hey, they no longer have to expose to the nickel bet, which turned the nickel market into a total circus. So this was the London Metal Exchange for fiasco that happened a few months ago, which still hasn't been resolved, and they are being taken to court for that as well.
I'm sure they are.
They are, right. On the little notion of profits falling 28% on the quarter, should we head to...
It's a beautiful segue into the next one, yes.
It is, and it's this one. 5 and 5, Blackrock bottom. So this is all about banks losing money. Is perverting perversion the same as kink shaming? So PQ7 says, is perverting perversion the same as kink shaming? Wow.
You should never be ashamed of your kinks.
No. Or you should always never pervert your perversion. Is that right? That's right, isn't it? Yeah.
No, maybe being ashamed of your kinks is a perversion of... I'm lost.
Lost, done.
Yeah.
So Blackrock, we'll start with Blackrock. So this section's all about big finance organizations losing lots of money over the last 6 months. So
and
Blackrock,
lots of money just doesn't cover it. It is fucking immense amounts of money.
Well, how much has Blackrock lost over the last 6 months?
It says on the screen there, is it 1.7 trillion?
It is, Sam. I don't know where you get this insight from, but yes, it's 1.7 trillion.
Rain Man, buy my underwear at Kmart kind of thing. I'm a good driver, Ray. I'm a good driver.
So this is from Wolf of My Street. So at Ryan__rig. In the first half of this year, it lost 1.7 trillion of clients' money. So this is from Bloomberg. So I originally saw the story from Bloomberg. Blackrock just chalked up the record for the largest amount of money lost by a single firm over a 6-month period. What an accolade. Can you imagine your CV? Write any CV. Can you give me one of your highest accolades from the last 10 years? Yes, I lost the most record amount of money in the financial markets in 6 months. Go me. Can I have a job, please?
Yeah. And, again, this makes you realize how ridiculous it is with our reverse repo situation. Like Josh was saying a couple of weeks back, that they've lost 1.7 in 6 months. Reverse repo is like 2-point-something trillion a day.
A day. It's more than the GDP of the UK a day, which is crazy. I need to soundbite that. I'll soundbite it, and I'll set it up as like a YouTube short, and I'll give it to Josh to put on his channel, because it was a good little rant he did. Then it was
a great rant.
It was a superb rant. Right. So that was Blackrock, and this is Blackrock in trouble. And then AMC to the moon. So AMC_AP. You know how much I like that name.
Yeah, you do that every time.
Yeah.
Blackrock, this dude.
Blackrock lost 1.7 trillion of their clients' money in 6 months. Yikes. I'd like to know how they lost it. How did they lose it? Down the back of the sofa? Is it a sofa thing?
They were doing perverted things and buying stuff against perversion and kink shaming each other, and then paying lots of money to keep it out of the press. That's
a lot. That is a lot of $1.7 trillion of kink shaming. That's a lot of kink shaming.
Some very dodgy kinks in Blackrock.
Wow. So how much dodginess is this then?
Oh, mate.
So it's not only Blackrock that are in trouble here. So, and this is from Trey. So again, Trey, 2 weeks in a row, mate. You've made it. Well done. Hi, Trey. Hope you're well, mate.
Good lad, Trey. Good lad.
And he's retweeted from a lady or gent called Wall Street Silver at Wall Street Silver. Banks are doing fine. On fire. This is fine. It's that meme, isn't it?
It's my favourite meme.
I mean, yeah, the whole place is on fire. This is fine. So, investment banking revenue year on year. So for the half year, JP Morgan Chase, I'm not surprised that now 61% are paying that. They're paying out in fines. Morgan Stanley down 55%. Bank of America down 47%. Citigroup down 46%. Wells Fargo down 45%. Goldman shithouses down 41%.
Goldman sucks.
Goldman sucks. Yeah.
It's crazy. The whole World Bank is just screwed. Have you seen in China? And I know there's no press about it, but have you seen all the protests in China?
Oh yes,
one of the banks, one of the main banks in, was it Henan province, something like that, has said that the customers' savings are no longer savings; they're now investments, and they can't withdraw them. What? So everyone's protesting and going a bit crazy over there. Have you seen anything in the news, Cole?
I've seen that.
Have you seen anything on mainstream media, should I say?
Have I seen anything on mainstream media? No, I haven't seen anything on mainstream media, but why am I not surprised? Why am I also not surprised that any of this nonsense here? I mean, this is actually on Squawk, right? This is on Squawk Street. I mean, yeah, these are the shadiest. Whoa! That was like epic cork pull.
Yeah, it was. This is Boobs whiskey.
That who? Boobs whiskey. That was awesome. Like an explosion. Like an explosion. Hang on, we got some chat stuff going on.
Explosions.
Oh dear. Anyway, so JP Morgan. So I would love to know how these people have lost this money. What have they lost it on? Is it invested in the stock market? Is it just bad investments? Is it people not paying the bills? Is it the China factor where we've got Evergrande and Shimao and all those property, the Shimao motherfucker, that are wasting their money because they've had to write debt off, right, left, right, and centre. Right, Evergrande have defaulted. That was a default, baby. And Wells Fargo said
default, and still nothing's happened.
Well, Wells Fargo said, they were like, we're caught up in this, and it's a big deal for us. But who was the Canadian bank? Who was the Canadian bank?
You're not Bank of Canada, BOC.
It might have been Bank of Canada. Yeah, that was massively. So they worked out that the amount of leverage they had in Evergrande was bigger than their whole global leverage put together.
Yeah. You should say they worked out, because that's how Canadians speak it. They worked out, not they worked out. It's like they worked out.
Do they?
Some of them do, yeah. Have you never watched Fargo?
No.
Great film. Coen Brothers. Watch it.
You're a big Coen Brothers fan, aren't you?
I love the Coen Brothers, yeah.
I know you do. Yeah.
They just that kind of daft and dark and quirky for me. Just spot on.
Indeed. Right. Anyway, I'm going to remind people to you can join.
Come and join us.
You can join us.
It's not happened yet. Josh came for a great episode, but
we invited him on. We invited him on before the show, but we'd love people to come and join us. So there is
John tried last week, and then he went. Do you remember John?
Yeah, I do. John, whoever John was, we need you on, man. We need you on.
Yeah, come on.
So I'm gonna re-put it in the tweet. There you go. It's in all the chat windows. Come and join us. You're very welcome. We don't bite. We're very nice. We'd like to hear your DD. All your thoughts on all this. You can come along and join us. Come and join the dark side. Right.
Okay. Next one.
Right.
Are we going to AMC debts, or are we going to Nancy Pelosi? We've not had Nancy Pelosi yet, have we? No.
So we've got AMC debt discount.
Thank you.
We've got do. Here comes Nancy and a man. Do. And we've got Dim Jim out on a limb. Chat. Anyone from chat? I'm good with chat. Anyone from the chat? Just to reiterate, we've got AMC debt discount, Nancy and a man, and Dim Jim out on a limb.
Rob, chat, you can do it.
Come on, chat. You've got this.
Come on.
You've got this.
Come on, chat.
Nancy. Here comes the man. Do, 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 do. Here comes a man. Do, 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 do. What's Nancy been up to this week?
She's been lying.
Well,
she's been lying.
She's done more than lying. She has lied today.
She's taking information about a bill that she has an influence over, and her husband's bought a shed load of shares in the company that is at the heart of this bill. And then she's been asked today. Was it today that she got asked? I think it was today, wasn't it? Was it yesterday?
She got asked today.
Yeah.
By a member of...
Have you told your husband to buy shitloads of shares? And she said, no, absolutely not.
And then her body language told a completely different story in every way. So let us rewind this whole right. So during the Trump administration, there was a very there was a anti-Chinese thing that happened, right? So Trump was very anti-Chinese. Chinese weren't playing a nice game with the Americans, and so Trump basically retaliated and said, "Right, we're just gonna ban all of your semiconductors and services entering into the UK." So that hit the mobile phone market really hard, and then on the flip side, they weren't going to then allow exports of American chip. Pump it. And pump it, exactly. And then they weren't going to allow American semiconductors to leave America to go to China, which basically means that companies like NVIDIA and companies like AMD and Intel and all of the third-party semiconductor organizations, or things like TSMC, who actually make the silicon, so they actually physically make the silicon. The reason why I know a lot about this is because I used to work for a silicon company, so I know how it works. We're not allowed to sell into the Chinese markets. They weren't allowed to do it. So there's been a lifting of that under the Biden administration. And there was a bill that went through the Congress and the Senate to unlock it so they can get imports and exports of chips. And this is really important. This is really, really important for the Americans and for wider, basically for wider global reach, because it affects things like cars and things like that, right? So you need these chips for cars, and you need these chips for producing different types of household IT equipment, and computers and computer components and everything else. So it's really important. It's really stifled the market and hasn't helped the shortage of semiconductor components over the last 2 years because of Brexit and droughts and shortages generally. Wow, I'm pretty good on this one. So Nancy basically has gone round all of her friends in the Senate and Congress and gone, right, you need to pass this bill because it's important for the American people. And at the same time, she's gone a little bit of pillow talk. Let's role play here, Sam. Who do you want to be? Do you want to be Nancy, or do you want to be Nancy's husband?
Who gets fucked?
Well, the American people seem to get fucked on this one, but
I don't mind which one then. Yeah. Didn't want to get fucked in that conversation. I bet Nancy does the fucking and the husband does the taking.
Yeah, probably. So do you want to be? Do you want to be Nancy, or do you want to be a husband?
I'll be her husband. You can be Nancy.
Okay, I think he's called Paul. Is he called Paul Pelosi?
Paul Pelosi? I don't know.
I think he's called Paul. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, you can call me anything you like, Nance.
Okay, there you go. I'll call you whatever you
want.
I'm
already in character. You see?
I see. I was already shit. Hang on. Paul.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds very much like Elizabeth Warren.
That's Elizabeth Warren. Paul, guess what?
What?
Wow. Paul, I've got some information you might find very interesting.
I'm all ears, Nancy. Tell me now.
Right. Let me tell you, Paul, what's going on.
What were you doing, Nance and Nance?
Right, I've gone round with my mates, and we've got an idea. We're gonna lift the embargo on chips going to China, and that probably means that companies like Nvidia and AMD and Intel and all those types of folk, their stock's going to go through the roof.
You had me at embargo. I'll buy some.
How much are you going to buy, Paul?
5 million.
Oh, brilliant!
That is literally how it went down. We've seen footage of the CC which uses chips in their bedroom. It got leaked on Twitter, and we saw it. And then Paul
got rogered up the arse with a massive, great big Nancy dildo.
Yeah,
Ming the merciless dildo. Yeah. And that's it. By, and scene.
Wow. God.
Back out of character again.
Yeah, I don't know. I blacked out then from it. I was so in it then. It's like
terrible. And that's what happened, basically. So it all went a bit suspicious when this got leaked out. So Charles Payne tweeted this yesterday. Breaking news. Try not to snigger or lose your lunch. Pelosi tells colleagues she'll back the Senate semiconductor bill, signaling an end to a deadlock between the House and Senate on a package designed to bolster US competition against China, which is just hilarious. It's just hilarious. The whole thing is hilarious. And there she is, basically. This is what I did to Paul last night. Ah!
I have Paul's balls in this hand.
In my hand.
Please.
Your voice is really good for Nancy. She looks like she speaks like that.
I know. She's like a little bit like Zelda from Terrorhawks.
Yeah.
Every time I see her, I think Zelda from Terrorhawks.
I think it's wrong that we're using the word semi in anything to do with Nancy Pelosi, because that would just never happen.
I'm not going there, Nancy Pelosi. There was a picture of the other day where she had a massive rack and someone basically put the top. I always knew she was hiding those puppies. I'm like, no. We're not degrading Nancy Pelosi. She can do that on her own.
Yeah, she manages that fairly well by herself.
She really does. Anyway, so so this is all a bit weird, isn't it?
Hey, Bucca.
So Nancy Pelosi is going around basically saying, it's a really good deal for the American people. You should stop this.
And at the same one American person, her husband.
And exactly at the same time, here it is. So Nancy Pelosi is getting away with the insider trading in broad daylight and doesn't have and America doesn't have a functioning press. So this is from Andrew Pollock. So at Andrew Pollock FN, and this was obviously from Charlie Payne. So hi Charles, how you doing, mate?
The suavest man on TV.
So this is very true. So is she insider trading? No, she's not insider trading. No, she's not. But what she's doing is this is an abuse of government position, and there is a law against this in the US. Now you'll have to deal with me in a second here, callers. It's something that I put on Twitter earlier, but there is a law from the Justice Department around the abuse of a government position.
Yeah.
And this I would say squarely falls into the abuse of a government position.
That smacks it right in the bollocks.
Oh yeah, and then
that is
then does that, and Paul Pelosi's it basically. Yeah. So very much so.
You're telling your husband, or your very nearest and dearest, to bet on something that you have an influence over before anybody else can know about it. That's an abuse of power. Congress and anybody in government should not be allowed to trade stocks.
I agree. So
Simple.
I'm not. So the next quote here, I'm not erring on the side of the Republican or Democrat. I'm British. I have absolutely no view. I think if they are government officials, they're all corrupt anyway.
How come you beep yourself out and not me when I'm about to swear? Because I know you don't know when I'm going to swear, but I swear a lot, so you got to catch me, motherfucker.
Damn it!
Terrible.
I knew it was
missed again.
I'm not close enough to the buttons.
Your fingers on the button, twat.
Yeah. Damn it.
I could play that game all night. thought you were going to press it then.
No,
No,
damn it!
Wanker.
Right. So RNC Research. So this, I'm guessing this is some Republican thing. So again, I'm not affiliated to any party. I don't give a shit. Sorry, I don't give a.
Yeah.
Has your husband ever made a stock purchase or sale based on information received from you? So this happened this morning in the US, and she was asked outright, and Nancy Pelosi said, smirking, no, absolutely not. But what she did do, actually, that picture's a misquote.
That wasn't when she didn't do that when she
got the press guy to ask the question again, and when he asked again and she heard it the second time, she didn't look at she's been staring at him like that. She was staring directly at him. She was giving the Ming the Merciless stare, and then as soon as she answered the question, which was no, absolutely not, she looked away, absolutely not, grabbed the mic, she did something with it,
lots of tells,
looked at her feet and wandered off the stage and looked very embarrassed.
Who else have we heard say absolutely not recently?
I don't know. I'm gonna leave that one open to the chat to comment. Who said absolutely not recently? And that they never lied. When I say recently, I mean sort of like March time last year.
Yeah.
Who said that? 10 points to whoever said that. In fact, if you want to tell us, come on the show.
Come on, there's the URL. Press it. Join us.
Come on the show. I'm gonna put it back in the chat again. Come on the show. Come and tell us who it was. Come and tell us who it was.
Come on, Larry, jump on.
That is
Q7, jump on. Bucca's already been on. Come on again.
Bucca's been on before. We'll have you back on. Yeah. Bucca's anytime. If you can rewind this podcast and you can listen to what Sam said earlier.
Kenny G, loser face douchebag.
That's the one.
Not Kenny G, who plays saxophone, by the way. There was
Bucca, if you want to come on, you know what you need to do, just jump on. Larry, Rob, Steve, anyone, you want to come on? Come on.
Say hello.
Come on down.
Anything you want. Anyway, on to the next one.
Right,
Nancy Pelosi's lying.
So we've got...
Yeah, she's telling her boys.
We've got two left.
Dim Jim,
out on a limb, or AMC debt discount. Put it in the chat.
Let's see. Hey, yo.
Oh, she's working. What?
Yeah.
You come on for 5 minutes.
Tell your boss that you've got to, it's all good.
You got an important meeting with two financial advisors. Sorry, it's no financial advice in this podcast. Yeah. However, we've got two subjects left. We've got AMC debt discount and Jim out on a limb. Come on, people. Come on, I need one of these.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nobody there. No. Okay. Do AMC, Cole.
AMC debt. So this is
Here we go. Look, there you go. Bucca wants debt as well. It's all good.
Excellent. We're on. GME, we haven't. Do you know what? We're going to talk about GME in a minute.
We will. Yeah.
We're going to talk about Stocksplit in a sec. That's
the what?
Other,
what?
Not the sec.
Stocksplit. When was that now? When's that happening?
Oh, I don't know. Hey!
Rob, lad.
Hang on. Here he is. You ready, Rob? You're coming in, lad. You're coming in. Here he is.
Here he is indeed.
Hello, mate. Can you hear us?
There?
Can you hear us, mate? We can't hear you. Oh.
You look like you're on a silver platter there, right? Someone's serving you up.
Turn it around, mate.
Hors d'oeuvre.
Go the other way. Rob's currently on the side. I'm getting dizzy. Oh, he's gone. Oh, good effort, though. Good effort.
That's like, what was it? Was it Omegle, where you just pop up with random people and like
he's back.
One off or something?
He's back. Here he is.
Hey, there we go.
Hello, mate. You look like you're in a cake.
Is it what?
I can hear you there. We love technical issues.
It's like someone's like squished you between two meringues.
You big eaten mess.
Oh dear, right. Let me pull
Anyone
this
ever
back up.
pop in without issues?
Right.
I love that we.
Anyone whose technical abilities, Anyway,
And who's not been served up on a silver platter? Come on.
So Rob's got a bad back at the moment, so I think he's just resting up at the moment. So he has a good old podcast setup at home. I know he has because we've been talking about it. So I know he's got that. So we can always nip to his PC and join us from there if we really want to, Rob. So there you go. Right, Adam, Aaron, AMC. Small steps forward are still small steps forward. They are. AMC Entertainment announced today that we have taken another positive step along our recovery glide path. We're able to repay and retire 72.5 million of long-term debt for only 50 million. We got a meaningful 31% discount. That is a good deal.
That's a good deal in anybody's book.
That is a good deal.
Yeah.
So hang on.
AMC killing it. They're just smashing it.
Absolutely. So we've got AMC, and I'll be really honest here, right? There was probably a point about 6 months ago where I wasn't sure where AMC was going to go, and not that I lost faith in them, because I haven't lost faith in them whatsoever. But where I was at is that they were making some interesting moves. I mean, they bought the share of the gold.
Yeah.
Gold and silver franchise mines, and that was interesting. It's like, why have you done that? But obviously, at the time, actually, was when the stocks were crashing, the interest rates were going up, and actually investing in precious metals was the place to go. Just ask JP Morgan; they'll tell you all about that.
Yeah, and the London Metal Exchange, bastards, bastards.
So they were investing in other areas, and in the back of my mind, I was thinking, yeah, but your debt's not so great. Your debt is quite high, and the mainstream media were using the whole debt thing to beat AMC up over. And actually, it happened this week. So there was a article in Seeking Alpha that was from I can't forget the guy's name. I still don't think this guy exists. I think he is an alias for somebody else, like probably Asperino or Jimmy Shill. We'll come back to Jimmy Shill in a second. But there was a big old thing around AMC going out of business and all this, and then the next day this happens, where Adam Aaron basically says we've paid off a big chunk of our highest debt. So this is obviously debt that they have this different tiered structured debt. So GME paid a lot of their top structured debt off about 12 months ago. Oh. Here she is. Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Back on again.
Hey.
Are you skiving off work to do this?
Just 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You go, girl.
Hello. Right. Let me get rid of this for a second. We'll just bring.
Big screen.
There you go. You're right, you. So we're talking about AMC and the restructuring of their debt, which is.
Hi, I'm good. I had you on YouTube in the background, so it was a terrible echo. Hello.
Hello.
How's the beach life treating you?
It's so good. I love the beach life. Much happier.
Good.
Keep talking about AMC. I'm just here to smile.
No, that's good. You're very welcome to smile. You are officially our first drop-in guest ever. We've had 3 attempts, Rob being the latest one before you. And we've had John, who we don't know who John was. I do apologize, John, if you're listening. Yeah. And the other one was...
who was it? I can't remember.
Was it Larry? Did you attempt to come on once and it didn't quite work?
Anyway,
it doesn't matter.
Cherry.
It doesn't matter.
I'll drop in Cherry.
She has.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Yay. So we are absolutely talking about Adam Aaron and the restructuring of debt. So GME did a lot of their high-level debt restructuring about 9 months ago, and made it very, very clear to the market that they had got rid of their worst debt that they had to take out because of COVID, but they paid off early because of the restructuring and the way the stocks went. This is purely done off the nothing to do with stocks, nothing to do with creating more stocks to sell to the market to create more revenue. This is purely based off performance of the organization. So not only have they gone off invested in gold, they've done this as well. They've paid off their highest debt, basically.
It'd be interesting to know how much debt they've got left. But regardless of how much they've got left, getting
we'll find out.
72 million for 50 million is a deal in anybody's book.
Oh, it is. It is. It is.
I'd like to have 50 million to buy 75 million quid's worth.
Especially in a market where right now owning, being a debtor is a good place to be. Yeah. Because interest rates are going up and, you're going to make more money from debt. So paying it off now before the interest rates get ridiculous is another smart move from AMC. It's good all round from AMC. So yeah, it's brilliant.
What was the last film you saw at AMC?
Well, now that I'm in Charleston, there isn't an AMC around here. So Top Gun was my last one when I was still in Cleveland.
How good was Top Gun?
It was so good.
Cool.
Yeah. It was so good. I want to see Jurassic Park, though.
See, I've never been a massive fan of Jurassic Park series, but I might go and see it.
Yeah.
Top Gun, though, I was shaking in my seat. It was like, oh, this is so good.
It made me feel young.
From the first credits. Yeah, exactly. First credits. Oh, it's all filmed in the kind of same way. It's the same music. I was like, oh my God, I'm loving it already.
I know.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good. Welcome, Felix. Welcome. Feel free to join the show. Let me just put the link back in the chat. We can have up to 10 guests on.
I have to go. Can Felix jump into my place?
If he wants to.
Yeah.
If he wants to. John Wick 4.
Are you off already, Books?
I am. I'm wrapping up the contract. So.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
Just very quick before you go then. What's your take on this? What's your take on paying this debt off? I'm guessing it's obviously positive, but what's your view?
Yeah, love that we're working on the fundamentals, the Rich Greenfields, all of them. They don't have much to say anymore. I was wondering, so small steps, when he said that, the first thing I thought of was, what is it, Neil Armstrong, what he said on the moon? Of course, I'm always wearing my tinfoil hat. And, the 7250, that was our all-time high. So I was trying, I always look for hidden messages within his tweets.
Was it not really recently the anniversary of the moon landings? Was that July the 20th?
Yesterday.
Was it yesterday? There you go.
Yeah, 20th of July.
Yeah. So, no, I'm thrilled. I hope that we can keep up this momentum. And I'm so excited for the earnings call. I
am as well.
We got to see what's going on.
So their earnings call is in August, from what I remember. And you mentioned earlier about
Wen Pounce. Wen Pounce.
Well, so actually that's a good point. So we'll go on to that in a second, but you talked about how much debt they'll have. We'll find out how much, what this will do from a restructuring debt process. What the balance books don't tell you is actually the different levels of debt. There's like different tiers of debt, and this is a high level tier of debt, which is good. That's where you want to get serviced first. And they've serviced it, which is great. But that's a good one. So he came out and was the whole the Wen Pounce. And we talked about, again, this a couple of weeks ago, but he wants to announce something during that whole earnings call in August, and that's going to be
things happening at the moment.
That's going to be amazing.
I'm loving it.
Well, that and GME, we'll come on to the GME thing in a minute. We've got one more 5 in 5 to knock over.
Yeah. Okay, a quick poll first before Bucca does move. Whose tits are jacked?
My tits are jacked.
We were talking about them earlier, Bucca, before you came on, so you have to replay the podcast.
I will.
Nefarious. It was a misunderstanding from Colin Rob.
That was Rob. It was Rob.
They're just pervs.
No, Sam said something rude, and he then later denied it.
And you took it. You said it wrong. I said I'm drinking the beautiful booze. That beautiful booze got me. And they thought I said something different.
I will take it either way.
Either way.
Well, what can I say? Right. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for coming on.
I'll see you later.
Love you loads. See you later. Bye. Right. So let's just finish off AMC very quickly. So I also saw this from Corey. So this came from Corey. AMC Holdings repurchases 27.5 million of its 10% second lens subordinate secured notes from 2026 through the open market for approximately 50 million, representing a 31% discount. Absolutely awesome thing to do. Nothing wrong with that. And it was brilliantly timed because the day before there was some weird, as I mentioned earlier, some weird article from Seeking Alpha that talked about AMC, some dickhead saying that AMC won't be in business in 12 months' time, and we're all idiots and blah blah blah, mainstream media, la 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 la. And it was like, fine, whatever. And all I'm going to say is, fuck you, because
PQ7 said John Wick 4 is approaching. Now, at some point they've killed that many extras in John Wick series that you're going to have to start bringing the extras back in disguise and re-killing them again, because there can't be that many actors who want to get shot in John Wick movies.
Well,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
It's a pretty high kill count in every single movie.
It is a high kill count. Right, actually, do you know what? I'm doing a change because I think we could either do Jimmy Shield having a bit of a rant, or we can do 3AC. And I think the 3AC story is funnier, I'll be honest.
Do it.
Right, so so forget. Hang on. Let me just
change the banner.
I'm going to. Hang on.
You can do it. So we're back to our old style call where our 5 in 5 lasts an hour.
That's fine.
We should rename it 5 in 55. 5. 111 away from 66.
Right, hang on. Click save on that one.
I did. Go on then. Tell us what it's all about.
This is brilliant. So there is a lot of crypto exchanges that are going under because of the fact that Bitcoin and ETH and lots of crypto has crashed significantly, 50% plus in a lot of cases. And the fact that Luna completely crashed and disappeared. But that was dodgy.
It was interesting that I've got some Luna C and Luna 2.0 now. I had it before, like only minimal. But why not?
It's dodgy, right? The whole Luna thing. Dojoir, baby.
Trade Dojoir rodders.
It was, but speaking, if we're going to go Dojoir, and I think this is not a slur on crypto, right? I still think crypto has a place, but I hate to say it might have to be slightly more regulated than what it is, because it's a fucking Wild West. Let's be honest. Sorry, it's a Wild West, right? So,
you can't.
And this sort of sums it up. This is from Unusual Wales. So 3AC, the bankrupt crypto hedge fund, purchased a yacht with the funds they borrowed. So let me read this out. So this is from a legal document that is against them currently. So paragraph 21. In addition to ignoring any attempts by the company's creditors to reach out to the company, Suzu and Kyle Davis had also reportedly made a down payment on a $50 million yacht, with the yacht to be delivered sometime in the next 2 months in Italy.
Do you know what? All their customers are thinking, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue your ass off.
Do one, yeah.
And do one. It all hang out.
Yeah. Anyway, this yacht was delivered sometime in the next 2 months, at which point the remaining purchase price would presumably fall due. There has been speculation that the yacht was purchased with borrowed funds, blockchain, basically. Paragraphs 44 and 45. So basically, they put a down payment on a yacht. The yacht got built. There was 2 months left on the yacht being delivered, and they went under, and obviously couldn't then pay the down payment. But you can see what was going to happen here, don't you? They were going to get themselves and their loved ones and family and friends on that yacht and fuck off to Paraguay or any of the other, what was it?
Non-extradition.
54 non-extradition countries that we identified a few months ago. So yeah,
that is bullseye. That's Bully's special prize. That. Let's have a look what you could have won. Here's a speedboat and car, but what you actually win is like a Breville sandwich machine. It's like, no, mate, come on.
All right, no, ready? Sad bully. Do 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 do. Sad bully, because you've not won the special prize. In one, it's a £50 million yacht. In two, it's prison. It's prison time. Yeah, that's pretty much what this was all about. So 3AC went bankrupt, and the scamming bastards basically, rather than investing your money into crypto, they basically went to spend it on a down payment on a $50 million yacht. Hey, you know what? If you're going to do it, if you're going to scam someone, do it like that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Scamming properly. Come on.
Which I thought was hilarious, by the way. Absolutely hilarious. Right. That's 5 in 5 done. Let me play the
Play us out.
Let me play the thank. Ready?
Play fun.
It's time for 5 in 5. Yes, it's time for 5 in 5.
Actually, 5 in 55.
It really was.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
It doesn't matter.
I'm having fun. Are you having fun?
I'm having fun. Are you having fun, kids, on the chat?
Anyone having fun? Say yay.
I'm having fun. If you're having fun, come and
Yay.
join us. Come and say hello to us. We've got a few more minutes before we're going to end the podcast. So, but before we end the podcast, we're going to talk about GME
Stocksplit.
Stocksplit. Hiya!
It's 4 for 1.
Right.
4 for 1 Stocksplit.
4 for
tonight.
1.
I think end of play tonight, and then it all comes up tomorrow, as in the new shares and PQ7's having fun.
PQ7 having fun.
All we need.
Yeah, so before we came on the live stream, Sam was like, no, it's happening tonight. The whole settlement is going to happen tomorrow, Friday. And I'm like, is it really? And I was a bit like,
on the 22nd, it all gets done and dusted.
I think you're right.
I
think you're right.
Under the new price and new volumes.
I think you're right. I think you're right. Completely right. I thought it was Monday. But so the interesting bit was
Monday when a lot of the confusion will be ironed out, and I'm sure the brokerages will take longer than this to do.
No, they can't. They can't do that because they have to settle. They have to settle tonight. They have to get it right tonight because the markets reopen tomorrow, and all your stock needs to reflect the change. So they should be able to do it over tonight. Now, I still don't know. I still don't know what the adverse effect on the shorts is because, as we've mentioned a million times before, if you have shorted a stock, you are responsible for that stock you've shorted.
Mm-hmm.
And you're
dividend. Yeah.
You're responsible for helping to pay the dividend based on the number of stocks that you've shorted. So there's two things that could happen here. Well, there could have been 3 things that happened here, but the first one is GME will go back to the SEC and say, hang on a second, we've had to pay out all of these stocks because all the brokerages are telling us that, this.
They wouldn't pay out more than the free float. Not a hedge fund. Here we go.
Yeah, it's the cute. It is the cute hedgehog.
Are you there?
Are you there, caller? Are you there, caller?
Oh, technical difficulties.
It's fine. We'll leave him on the screen.
We'll leave him on the screen. You ready?
Yeah,
it's one of those that will GME give out as many shares are out there or as many as a free float is. There's a difference. And then whenever all the brokers say, no, we still need another 700 million shares, they say, right, hang on a minute. We've given out all the shares that should be out there. So there's a problem. Share recall.
Yeah, but they can't do that. So they can't do that. So what's happened over the last 2 weeks since they announced the stock split date and commencement, they would have gone to all the brokerages and said, right, you need to explain to us how many stocks that we need to give to you. Oh, Def's gone. Try again, dude. Try again. They did say, how many stocks do you need? So and how do we need to split this so we know how many to dish out? So AMC
at that point when all the brokerage come back and say we need this many and we need this many, and Fidelity say this, and TD Ameritrade and eToro and whoever, GME will say, well, hang on a minute, that's way more than should be
We
out
don't
there.
have enough, basically. And that's
Not
what
that we don't have enough. It's that there shouldn't be that many.
So they went back and asked for, how much was it? What was the value of the dividend they were asking for?
1 billion shares.
It was 1 billion shares, wasn't it? Right. So they currently have a float of 69 million. Right. So how are they going to do this?
If but it doesn't matter how many they've got, it matters how many should be out there. Do you know what I mean? They're not going to
No, you're right.
They have one.
Yeah,
even though they should only be like 70 million. Now times 4. That's how many should be out there. But we're giving out, 500 million. That doesn't, there's someone else saying, oh, hang on a minute, something's wrong here. There are far more shares that we're giving out for this stock split.
500 million.
And that's why I think there'll be either a share recall or this is when they can actually say, hang on, foul players afoot here, young Mr. Gary. Gary Gensler, the SEC, protecting retail, my arse. Because everybody in the GME board is obviously high-class English people.
High-class English people.
I think we need an independent adjudicator to pop in and have a look at this little skirmish we've created.
So, I don't know how this works. So, Dave Lauer was talking about this last week. He didn't really understand how this was going to work, and I didn't quite get to the bottom of his interpretation of how this was going to work. I think he did get to the bottom of it, but I didn't quite understand it.
If anyone can, Dave can.
But there's a lot. Well, exactly. If Dave can't, then we're all in trouble, right? So, I couldn't get my head around how this would work, and I couldn't get my head around when. Because we know what's going to happen. There isn't going to be enough stock.
No.
There isn't going to be enough stock.
We know there is far, 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 far too many synthetic shares out there than there should be. We know that. You know that. Everybody knows that.
So what happens? Are we expecting a we can't do this moment tonight? So the market's now shut, right? Market's now shut. Are we now expecting a moment where GME turn around to the SEC and say, we were expecting a 4-1, so what's that? That's
so the free float was like 56 million, wasn't it? So it's like
280 something million stocks, right? And so they've got 1 billion stocks that they've gone to the board and they've gone to the shareholders and asked to do. So they should have, well, nearly 4 times.
Yeah.
Less than sort of 3 and 2/3 times, right? Enough stock to cover a 4-1 stock split.
Yeah. A couple of times. This is why I think they've gone for 1 billion. They could do 1 stock split now, and if the price rallies, do another one in, say, 6 to 12 months' time and really put the shorts over. That'd be brilliant. Double stock split. Boom.
So they can do that, and they can use some of that stock internally to do other things with, and raise more capital. And it's probably not right. That's not great for MOASS. It's great for GME, but it's not great for MOASS. But bottom line to all this is, are they going to come back today or tomorrow and say, actually, we had 1 billion stock here and we don't have enough to give out?
Something very fishy is going on.
Something really bad is going on. So that's the first bit. So that was option 1. Option 2 is that something weird happens where the shorts are meant to pay for these, and the shorts are held accountable, and there is a massive fat bill that sits with someone. You can't invoke FTDs, fail to delivers, on this. You are responsible for a stock, then you are responsible for a stock.
Yeah, and it's not providing the money; it's providing the share, which is the beauty of the dividend.
Exactly. That was the clever bit. That was a clever bit to this stock dividend. But the other bit to this was, so the broker then needs to go back to the person they've borrowed the stock, they've got the stock from, and go, well, hang on a second, where's this come from?
Yeah,
you've sold me
shares.
You've sold me a stock that I've sold to my client, but now where's the evidence of this? Where's the
This is either possibly a beautiful way of getting the SEC to actually look into the fact that there is major fuckery going on.
And this is what I've been thinking about for the last few months after they announced the original stock split. The third option here is that everything's fine, and we all get our stock tomorrow, and we carry on the way we've been carrying on. But I don't think so. I don't think so.
It's going to be interesting to see. There's a massive plan in here in this. Ryan Cohen and the boys have got this under control. They've had it for a while. They know what they're doing.
They do, right? So they've got something up their sleeve. I know they have, right?
Yeah.
They're not daft. The obvious, easiest thing to do would have been to do a share recall.
And this may give them the option to do that. Or tinfoil hat coming out, say, right, Gary, boys at the DTCC, something major has gone wrong here. I don't have confidence in you anymore to hold my shares. I want to take them all out and put them onto our own exchange that they're building.
Ooh, that's option 5.
Yeah, that's 5D. That's the 5D chess they play, and that's like. Oof.
Now that is an interesting concept.
Yeah,
that's a F you, we're taking our ball away because I don't like the rules we're playing in because they're not fair. Now that's
pissing on my ball, so we're going to take it home with us, wash it, and then put it out.
That's really interesting. That at that stage, then they have to buy all the stock back, and to the value of.
They could just do a share recall to see what's going on first.
No, they can't. Well, they can do a share recall, but they have to do something with that share recall. So you can do a share recall off the back of a stock split, and that would have been the logical thing to do.
Yeah, and reissue everything.
And then you call them all back in, and then you reissue all back out again.
That would, what would be a good one if they did a share recall and then reissued them all as NFTs. So then you've got a receipt for every single, on the blockchain for every single share that's out there. You can see when it's sold, who it goes to, and where it is. You can't synthesize it then.
Yeah, but so that's I like the idea, but fortunately the stocks are fungible, not non-fungible. So you can't do it.
Could you not make them non-fungible?
Well, I mean, the CAT system was meant to do that. The CAT system was then meant to attribute a trade serial number with a stock, so you could trace where it originated from, where it got sold to, and then who sold it into which exchange, and then who got the stock. Excuse me. So a little bit like a blockchain.
Quickly
process.
Speaking of NFTs, thank you, Ellis. He's just sent me an NFT. Ellis, cheers, bud. Thank you very much.
Don't forget to mention him later.
No, I've written his name down.
There you go.
At Ella's, nice and easy.
So we know the split's coming. We know it's happening tomorrow. We know that the price got set on Monday. So the 18th was when the price got set of the split.
140 odd, wasn't it? 141.
I can't remember what it was. Yeah, but it was Monday. End of play Monday. It got done. So they'll base all of their allocations off that price.
Yeah,
and
you just love it how it's kind of gone up all week until today. Hours before a 4-to-1 stock split, and everyone decides to sell. Drops like what?
Because that's what you do, right?
Like $7 down. Yeah,
that's what you do on a stock split.
Hours before a stock split, you would sell.
For people who don't,
I missed it, unfortunately. I was trying to sell, but I forgot to press the button and came on here and forgot.
For people who don't know really how the markets work, you never ever sell your stock on a stock split ever. You sell your stock on a stock split if you're a fucking idiot.
This is true.
Or it's heavily manipulated and corrupt in some sort of way where maybe the stock's shorted by several thousand%, which is where they guess it is now. Several thousand%, which then, I mean, this whole, again, back to what we were saying here, if that is the case, it's going to, so GME will very quickly turn around to everyone and say, we don't have enough stock. Yeah. How is this? How can this be?
Carl? We've been saying this for a good few months now. They are trying to run it so it becomes too big to do anything about. They're just putting that much money there. If we sort this out now, the entire economy, world economy no less, will be in absolute
will flatline overnight.
That's what they're going for. They're going to carry on doing it, and we'll get everybody so over leveraged and indebted by this play that they're going to have to bail us out in some way or other. Everyone will have to take a loss somewhere. Investors, stockholders, shareholders, everything will have to come to some sort of I wouldn't say amicable, but agreement where we are saying, okay, we'll let it go on. And there'll be uproar. There'll be absolute. It'll be like
And
the
you know what?
purge against hedge fund people.
You know what? 10 years' time, it'll happen all again.
Yeah.
Because the game is rigged.
Yeah. We need to get these old crazy folk out of Congress, out of Senate, out of the judicial system, like the everything really, and get some apes in there. All people equal. Boom, have it.
Well, there's
got all serious again, Cole. I thought you were going to do this.
There's lots of things they could do, but yeah. Anyway,
Well,
I am intrigued to know what will happen tomorrow, and if nothing happens tomorrow and the allocations are given out,
yeah,
we've not heard the end of this. This
no
is
chance.
We know the stock is overshorted, massively overshorted. So what will happen? What's going to happen? This is crunch point.
Yeah. And the thing is, we've got to relearn all the numbers, with the new price and everything. You've got to work out what's what. And I forgot who put it on. And I've taken a screenshot of it and not got the name of it. But they've put like the current price before split. It was done at $141.64. Okay, $141.64. After split, that will make it $35.41 a share. Yeah, at that price. So the proposed critical margin call things was between $150, $160, wasn't it? Now it'd be $37.50 to $40. That's what we're looking for.
And it opens up a market to other people.
Yeah, the infamous fight for 180 would be at $45 from tomorrow, from Monday. So if we hit 45, that's the battle for 180 all over again. The sneezing 21 at the 483 when it went up to that. Do you remember that? If we got to $120.75, that's the same thing. Yeah. The all-time high.
That's more than doable, though. It's more than doable.
Exactly. Think of the feeding frenzy. It'll be at this like quarter price stock. It'd be great.
People
the all-time high pre-market was $513.12. That equates to $128.28. If we hit that, that's the all-time high. These are small numbers all of a sudden. It's like, okay, we can do this.
And it just it brings a whole new different type of buyer in.
Totally.
Into this whole arena now where people can afford to buy one or two stocks here and there whenever they need to buy one or two stocks, where before it was a bit out of reach. I mean, $300, $220 odd the other week.
Yeah.
The other month was too out of range, right, for most people. But now it's not. Now it's very affordable at $35.41. Yeah. Very affordable.
See, I was so expecting the hedges to let the price run. Maybe to like four figures, low four figures. So when it split, it was still too high to the status quo.
Well, they couldn't do that because of margin calls. They couldn't do it.
Yeah, true enough.
They couldn't afford to run it, get it anywhere near that, because once it did, there'd be loads of hedges that would just collapse, and then they'd have to sell their longs for shorts and then their shorts.
$400.
It will kill them. $400 right now will kill them. They're on a knife edge. We talked about this a million times. They're on a knife edge. So, but yeah, it's interesting. I tell you what, the worst scenario would be.
Go on.
That
tomorrow, us, you mean?
For apes, yeah. The worst scenario for apes would be that tomorrow happens, and the 4-to-1 happens, and we all get our stock, and that's it.
Yeah.
That would be the worst thing that can happen, because then it would be, told you so, you're full of shit. GME of GMC.
That's AMC and GME. You heard it here first.
I did.
Combination.
I did. I'm pretty sure they make cars. GMC. Yeah, that would be the worst thing that can happen.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, we've done it now. Carry on. Like, what?
If that happened, would you continue to hodl?
Yeah, totally. Because we know where this is, but GME and GME have got to come out and say, something's not right here.
Yeah, maybe they're going to leave it for a week or two and see. Yeah, PQ7 I did. It's $3,500. They put the sell limit out.
So the question here is: did you guys hear about the computer shares new sell limits?
Yeah, 3,500 they've reduced it to, but apparently that's due to GME as well. I read someone had asked the bot, or an advisor on that, and he'd said if GME raises it, then Computershare will raise it as well. So again, with all that sort of stuff, I think there's a lot of FUD going around at the moment, so I'm not sure what to believe or what not to. I've not personally talked to anyone at Computershare, so
I just think, I honestly think that, and I'm not worried about this, but I'm a bit nervous about this, that tomorrow just happens and we all get our shares and then we just carry on and nothing's said or done. Right? GME know. We all know. We're all here. We're all having this podcast right now because of exactly the fact they are over shorted.
Yeah, by
GME
many times
will know.
Of course.
And the stock split will make it absolutely apparent.
This might just be another move of a pawn in Ryan Cohen's big old chess game to see what they do, and then he can find.
I hope so.
From it, yeah.
I hope so.
But again, he's been very quiet. The whole GameStop team have been very quiet with their strategy. So even if there is a lull or maybe a little bit of a downturn, chill out. I'm sure there'll be something in the future.
But this could be mainstream media's,
of course,
and all the shills, in.
They would jump on it like
this could be the in.
A tramp on chips.
Exactly. Yeah. Where we know what's going on, but they go, oh, well, clearly everything's not overshorted and you're all full of shit.
Told you so. They closed in January. Covered, yeah.
And we know that shit, right? We all know it's shit, but it could be that moment for them to go, ha ha, I told you.
They've had that moment loads of times.
But this is a big moment. This is a really big moment.
This is the hype of the hype. This is hype. This is, everyone's been waiting for this. This is what people have been dreaming about. This is what we've been saying. This will do MOASS.
Well, they did it for a reason, right?
Yeah,
but we just don't know the reason. If the thing is, if they'd done a share recall, if they'd done a recall on the shares, and by the way, I don't know whether they will or they won't still. I don't know. I've got absolutely no idea whether they'll do a share recall. If they do a share recall, then they can call foul at that stage. But they can call foul anyway, because they can turn and say, we've had to dish out 25 billion shares.
Yeah. We've given out the amount of shares that should be out there, and there's still people asking for more. Something's wrong.
Yeah.
You want it? Steve has just put, I feel like a kid going to bed on Christmas Eve waiting to find out if Santa is real.
It's exactly that, Steve.
Yeah.
It is exactly that. That's brilliant. That's our tagline for this episode.
Yeah. I've got my little Christmas GME tree up downstairs with Stonks underneath it. I can't wait to run down at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly.
I'm going to leave a cigar out for Ryan Cohen. And do you think he's rained out?
And a glass of whiskey. Clearly, a glass of whiskey and a cigar, right? For RC, it does. Yeah. It really does. So that's where we're going to leave this. We're going to find out tomorrow whether we're right, whether we're wrong, whether it's option A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 10.
Do you know what?
Whatever.
I am excited, but if nothing happens, like you say, I'll still be zen. I'm cool with this. I'm enjoying the ride.
I'm cool with it. We've said this before, but just look at the fundamentals of where both of these companies are going.
I mean, look at the NFT marketplace. It is smashing the knickers off all the tarts in the industry. It's brilliant. Bourbon and ginger snaps. I've not had a ginger snap for years.
I haven't either. That's great. That's a good shout. It's a good shout. So there we go. So that's my view of the world. I'm excited and nervous in the same breath.
In equal measure.
In equal measure, exactly. And we will find out over the next 24 hours about what all this means.
Yeah. We always do a podcast a day before something massive happens.
Always.
Yeah, so.
Always. So let's find out. Let's keep an eye on it. Let's keep each other up to date on our DD. Any leaks or anything, we need to get them out there and get it spread. And
keep calling those shills out. Keep sticking together. Keep being an awesome community. Love everyone. Be good to everyone, and let's be cool. Let's be apes.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And we are going to end the podcast this week right there on that one. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for the chat. The chat has been brilliant again. I love everyone getting involved in the chat. It makes this easier and more fun for us. So get more interactive.
Yeah, we're so bored of talking to each other now. It's like it's been months and it does me head in.
To Bucca for coming on. Officially our first drop-in guest on the show. So that was awesome. Then Rob, thank you very much for joining. Steve,
hope your
PQ7.
Back gets better soon, dude.
Larry, Bucca, Felix. Who else has been on the chat? I think that might be it. Yeah. Also, obviously, Sam, Cole. That's it. Cool. Right. Thank you very much for joining us. It's going to be very interesting 24 hours. So
we wish you the best stock split possible.
I just don't know what's going to happen. Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I'm
so much fun.
We got to keep our ears to the ground over the next few hours now.
I'll be checking my phone in minute intervals whilst I'm at work. I bet get a disciplinary for being on my phone.
Happy stock split Christmas, everybody! Right, let's see what happens. We'll obviously talk about it next week. If nothing else,
I so hope that Pharaoh, I think he's called Pharaoh on Superstonk, puts a good morning, everybody. Today's the day.
Today's the day.
Starfish, and it's the last time he has to do it because
PQ7.
Yeah.
Today's the day. Podcast day. Right, that's it. We're going to go. We love everyone very, very much. Thank you again for joining us. Thank you for listening. Numbers are still going through the roof on the podcast, on being downloaded. It's just ridiculous how we just get listened to all the time. And, thank you. It's massive to us. Yeah. And it
actually means loads.
It does.
I go on a lot of spaces and I never chat. I just listen. And those guys know what they're talking about. Whereas Cole knows what he's talking about. I just ramble shit. And
I know what I'm talking about. I'll make it up.
No, I was picking you up then, dude. Go with it.
I'm just confident when I deliver.
Yeah, you say something confident, but everybody believes you.
Yeah, it's Cramer and Lies, baby.
We've not played it. You've said it.
Oh, bollocks. Hang on.
I thought we'd gone all the way.
It's Cramer Lies. Cramer Lies. It ain't no thing. Kenny Lies. It's Cramer Lies. Cramer Lies. It's Cramer Lies. Kenny Lies. Crime and lies. Crime and lies.
We couldn't go through an entire podcast without having that played, could we?
I know, it's ridiculous. Exactly. Right. That is it. We are done. Say goodbye to everybody. Laters. Thank you very much for listening. As always, we're back next week. Now, next week is going to be the last one for 3 weeks because I am away on holidays.
Well, no, actually, not for all 3 weeks, but I couldn't do the next 2 weeks anyway.
I'm in California for 3 weeks.
Meet up with some apes.
Oh, I'd love to. So I'm gonna get it out there that I'm happy to meet up with California apes, starting at San Fran, heading all the way down to San Diego via Mexico. Actually, as well, we're going to Mexico. So,
and if you go to Mexico, God, that's an old song. By Monday, a guy called Monday, I think. Anyway,
right.
Random pop trivia for you at the end of the podcast.
Sam is full of random pop trivia.
Mm-hmm.
Right, we're going to say goodbye. I love you all very much. Thank you for listening. Share this, retweet, like, whatever you need to do. Get it out there. I know we bang on about this all the time, but it does make a big difference. Subscribe to us on YouTube because that also makes a big difference for us as well. And that is it. Love you loads.
Give us suggestions, give us criticism, call us names. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. And that is that. Love you loads. Thank you very much. See you next week.
Laters.
Bye-bye.